Under the first full year of the overhauled tax code, the IRS is revealing the average tax refund dropped 8.4% compared to the same period last year. Joining us now to discuss is Art Laffer, former Reagan economic advisor and Laffer Associates founder and chairman. Now, I know the amount of your refund can vary based on the withholding and other factors, and that it's possible to kind of screw with these rules in order to either make people feel the impact of a tax cut more quickly because you're not withholding as much as you were before, or inversely, it happens like this, and you end up then at the end of the year looking at that stat and saying, well, I'm not getting as big of a refund. Do you think that this is relevant? Does it have an impact on American psyche? What's your thought?
I don't think it's relevant at all. I mean, if you want to overpay your taxes throughout the year, that's fine. You'll get a big refund. And if you want to get the correct amount, which is what I think that should be done, I mean, what you should do is pay your taxes as you go, and at the end of the year, be pretty close to zero. I mean, that's what you should be doing. But, I don't understand this whole refund thing, and it's a big thing. And I'm not going to vote for Trump or Republicans ever again because my refund was down, even though I got $8,000 more this year than I did last year. If I'd only paid $10,000 more in taxes, I'd have gotten a bigger refund. It's just silly.
But, we're hearing a lot of Democrats make the argument you were supposed to get a big tax cut and you didn't. Instead, the corporations did.
I hear that.
And they're running on this idea that the average people and working people are not doing better under President Trump.
Well, in a technical sense, they're right. I mean, the tax cut was to business income. That's true. And also the income tax cut was to a large extent at the highest bracket from 39.6 to 37. The whole way the middle income and lower income people get the benefit is by more jobs and by higher pay. That's where their tax cut really comes. It's not a tax cut, it's a job, it's higher pay, it's higher wages, and it's a job. And that's where they get the benefits from the tax cut. So,
although I'm in one of those states where my taxes went up, so there you go.
Well, you should.
That's my fault for living in New York.
No, it's an IQ test that you're still in New York and not in Tennessee. Melissa, you shouldn't say that in public. I mean, how can you stay in New York?
Because I can't do this job from there, but I digress. Let me go back to some of the other ideas out there.
You can do it from my office.
There you go. Okay. I want to get your take on the Democrats' new Green Deal. This is another one where when Democrats talk about this, in my mind, it's an elitist proposition because they're talking about when the price of energy goes up because you're not using fossil fuel and you're using all these other different types of fuel, that hits working folks, middle-income folks, lower-income folks the hardest as a percentage of their income. Also, you hear people like Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez talking about how they're going to create millions of great-paying jobs with this. In my mind, a lot of those jobs are going to be automated, or they're high-skilled jobs that, again, the folks that would lose a job now wouldn't be trained in order to take. Is the new Green Deal kind of a war on the people that Democrats say that they're on the side of?
Yeah, it is. I mean, a Green Deal is a Green Deal, and if you impose yourselves on the market, you're going to cause problems. Output, employment, and production are going to fall and all that. What I think they should do, if there is a global warming problem, and I'm no expert in this area, but I have no reason to doubt that there is or there isn't. I'm just not an expert. But you want to have a carbon tax. And then what you want to do to make sure that the damage to the economy, which would be enormous with a carbon tax, is you want to mitigate it and reverse it, and then have an income tax cut of equal size, if not greater size. And then you'll have a good, strong economy, and you will bias it against carbon. That's the way I would do it if I wanted to do a carbon tax and get a greener world. But these people don't understand that. They don't understand economics. And all they're doing is trying to subsidize things that are going to be losers.
Art Laffer. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it. Good stuff.
It's my pleasure. Thank you. And Melissa, do move to Tennessee.
I'll be there in a moment.
Office space for you.
Yeah, there you go. All right, I'm packing my bags. Thanks, my friend.
Thank you.